What's up, gamers, gamers, and gamers? My name is John, and welcome back to Kachuna, or aka the other title, His Chernobyl Does Not Care. Sorry, the sunlight's hitting you up, but last time, basically, we got a nice introduction of the character, so that they just want to start, like, pitching out their ideas, and the main character has a little problem thinking that he has superpowers in a way. Oof. But, yeah. So I'm gonna continue from where they're all ideas are pitched in, and for the guitar thing, I don't know, I thought that was a stupid little intro that I wanted to do, so let's get to it. I'm sorry, like, it's freaking hitting you guys. Like, I stare at them, waiting for the answer, but they all just stare and glance with each other, looks of a panic and worry crossing over their faces. Guys, still nothing. I sighed. This is exactly what happened last turn. This is why, until now, we still haven't completed a single game. Nobody seems to want to innovate it, to take the lead, to just begin. Before we went to our break, I told everyone to think things through and prepare their suggestions for next term. And I had hoped they'd be bursting with ideas now, or even just a single one at very least. It seems I was wrong. I didn't want to do this, but I guess I have to, if I want to get some input from these people. I turned to Sumiki in order to ask her if she could share us her thoughts. Before I can call out her though, she already starts speaking of her own. I am not sure if this is possible, but perhaps we can make a game is more focused on romance. Sumiki, our game is focused on romance? We're going to make a visual novel with an RPG elements, remember? She nods, laughing nervously. Of course, I remembered. I just thought perhaps we should focus more on the story, that's why. She has a point. At least she said something. I wonder. I mean, you could add romance to the game, to the visual novel RPG like platform thing, to be honest. You could. She has a point, she does, but at least she said something. I'll just say she has a point. She brings up a pretty valid point. Exactly. I nod, pondering over her input. It's definitely something we can consider, given a genre of the game. Exactly. Oh yeah, speaking of fucking lollies, you fuckers, in the comments from last time, there you go, there's your freaking... I opened my mouth to speak, only to be caught off by you suddenly exhaling beside me. I turn to her. With a frown on her face, she doesn't seem exactly pleased with the development in discussion. Hey, that's not right, Sumiki. Sumiki looks appalled. Excuse me? Takahata frowns at her from her peripheral vision. Yeah, it's not right. Yeah, it's not. This time, Sumiki seems thoroughly confused. Even I'm confused. What's going on here? Did I say something wrong? You nods. The way she does this so makes it appear that Sumiki just committed a mortal sin against her. You being you once again. It's sometimes crazy how passionate this girl can be about something. Sometimes she doesn't want to give a damn, but sometimes she just cares way too much. Come to think of it, the same can be said about the rest of my team too. Tell me, did I say something wrong? Oh, she's pissed. Now Sumiki is looking very gravely at you. Talk about the two passionate individuals. I'm getting a headache. Yeah, you did. What? Yui strikes a serious pose first before answering. I couldn't stop my eyeballs from trying to roll to the back of my head. You tried to shift the focus of our game development to writing. Oh! Sumiki blinks at the other girl. And what is the matter with it? You know, our game should be all the best music. We all know without music, a game is practically dead. Yeah, that is true, actually. So why must we focus on writing when we can also consider musical quality? Dots. Wait, Yui, I think... Suddenly, AI makes a small noise. AI? Without art, what will the game even look like? A game isn't all about writing or music. Art is the most important in my opinion. Oh my god, yeah. Actually, all of them are important to the game on how developing. The art, the music, character, the story, everything is important. Every single one. You gotta remember that if you guys are a game developer or a game dev. Don't forget also coding too. But you're an artist, of course. That's what you're bound to think. Dots. Sumiki waves her hand in front of her face, trying to get Yu's attention. Yui, look, I never said that those other elements are not important. Yeah, exactly, she didn't say that. All I was trying to say that I'd rather focus on the story because I believe that it is the most important part. Once we finish it, we can already move on to... Nope, not true. Not even an inch. I groan out loud. What is it now? Takahara slides from the couch, moving closer to the table in the center of the room. With a serious air to him, he looks at us one by one. You guys are all forgetting the real important part. Which is... Takana grins at all of us like a monkey who had just gotten the last banana. Why the program, of course. Of course. You gotta be kidding me. You may be right. I mean, they're all right. I don't know which is a good answer, to be honest. Like, let me quick save this in case, actually. Alright, so quick. I'll just say you may be right. I hate to admit it, but the buffoon may be right. So what do you think? You may be right, but don't take my word for it. Heh, I'm glad you get me, my man. Without the program, the game wouldn't even exist as a game. Might as well be painting or a song or a book, right? And since we're a game development group, surely programming is the most important part. The other three all glare at Takahara angrily. Try creating a game without a story then. I'm sorry, Sumiki, but it is possible to create a game without a story, without art, however. Music is the sole form of media except written ones. A game is no different. Nah, don't even try me to compete with programming. The four of them continue bickering with each other, getting louder and louder as the second ticks by. This time the room is starting to feel smaller and smaller, almost suffocatingly so. The noise of their petty fighting is already irritating my ears. I just sighed, pinching the bridge of my nose. I wonder if they even remember what we're here for. Maybe I can use my powers right now to stop this. No, please don't do it, June. Transition. I close my eyes, concentrating really. If I know if I try hard enough, then I can do whatever I want. That's my power, and with it, I can make them stop fighting. Da-da-da-dots, da-da-da-dots. I can hear the bickering getting fainter. Da-da-dots, fainter still. Da-da-dots. Finally, everything is quiet. Phew! Thank goodness it got them to stop. I opened my eyes, only to see the four of them staring at me with confusing expressions on their— yeah, I mean, like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you okay? On their faces. Hey man, what's wrong with you? I just smiled at them, shaking my head. Glad to know my power didn't let me down this time. You stupid. Don't tell me. Were you just trying to conjure some sort of trick again, June? I hear Sumiki groan quietly. Da-da-dots. I look at her and she just stares at me without saying a word. I think I can guess what's going on in her mind though. I've been practicing my power at home for quite some time now, and I know Sumiki have been some of those practice sessions. Nevertheless, she says nothing about it. Not to me, nor the others. I shake my head, waving one hand dismissively at them. Here they are, treating my power like some sort of magic trick again. If I wanted to, I bet I can use my power to solve— oh, he said that out loud. My power to solve the issue with a snap of a finger, but I'm not going to do that. I don't want to get into that habit. They all just stare at me blankly. So, we're gonna have to do this manually. Are you ready to discuss like adults now? Sumiki crosses her arms, her chest as she leans back on the couch. Aya nods, looking at me attentively. Takahara and Yue began both shrug, but I see they're once willing to talk it over instead of bickering about it. Guys, here's the thing. We're not in a competition with each other, alright? We're all here to work together on one single goal, and to make a game. We're not here to compare which element of the game is more important. Whether it's writing, or art, or music, or programming, that doesn't matter at all. What matters is we managed to put all those elements together in order to finish the game. Understand? The cloud in the room seems to have immediately lifted to my question. All four of them nodded much to my relief. That said, though, we do have a start somewhere. And I suggested we decided just one thing for now. I eyed you carefully. Just to be clear, that doesn't, this doesn't, in any other way, mean I'm holding one element higher than the other. This is just going to start in a point of our discussion. Our guitarist and singer scoffs at me. Yeah, I get you, man. Taka laughs, shaking his head. So what do you suggest? Is that alright with you guys if I decide? Well, yeah, of course. Then I say the first discussion... Writing. I can't choose. We gotta do the art. We gotta do the story first, then the programming. Then, no wait, story first, art, programming, and then music. That's how it's mostly does others. What the hell's others? Let me quick save this actually. Alright, we're gonna do the writing first. Sumiki just blinks at me, but it seems like she's relieved to hear my decision. Any comments? Taka sighs, shaking his head. I don't get you, but I understand. Good, okay then, if we can... Yer raises her hand. To be honest, I wasn't expecting her to do that anyway. What? Why writing? Oh my god, we really do this. Sumika looks at her simply. Writing is the way to go, especially for a story-based game such as ours. Her calm reply only makes Yuri frown even more. Nah, it's not it. First and foremost, this is still a game. Why should we focus on the writing to make the story of the game? What is that fucking hard to understand? Why not gameplay or other things? Sumiki shifts slightly in her seat. Knowing her, she's probably thinking of something right now. Well, I say that it is the most important in this case. After all, how could you start a game without knowing how it ends? Exactly. Taka clears his throat. I don't think we can accurately tell as if now how it'll end. Yeah, looks at us uncomfortably. I have to apologize, Sumiki, but I agree. Sumiki shrugs her shoulder helplessly. I can tell from the way she's acting right now that their doubting is already getting to her. However, we should at least give it a vague idea, right? Taka tilts his head to the side, looking indecisive. I guess you have a point, but still. A point is a point, but I say we take to another option. Other options? I don't know what to say anymore. They all continue to squibbling as I sigh, shaking my head instead of spending time thinking of the new game element or plot point. Here we are fighting about the focus on first. They say the first step is always the hardest, but golly, I didn't know it would be this hard. Look, you guys asked me to choose and I chose. I'm taking all your points here and considering them, but I'm making my decision based on what I think is the best choice for the whole team. Sumiki's got a point, alright? We can't all deny that. I'll make sure to look at each and one of them, try my hardest to see if they're one with me or not. It's much easier to know where we want to go if we want to got a map. Yuri stares at me poignantly. And writing's gonna be our map, huh? I shrugged at her. Well, what else? Gameplay is at least of our problems. We already know what kind of game we're gonna make after all. What we don't know is what the actual finished production will be like. And we're focusing on what the story will be about. That is, the writing will help us with that. Sumiki just looks at them, her face serious. Basically, all I'm saying is that our game is a story-based one, so her point is definitely a valid one. What do you guys say? For a few seconds, none of them say a word. I can feel that they're gonna be a lot accepting now of my decision than they were just a few minutes ago, though. I understand. I shall stand by your decision then. You're the boss. Yeah, unfortunately. I just roll my eyes at them. Be a little more enthusiastic, will ya? Takara laughs, nudging you with his elbow. Hear that, you? Yeah, no objections here, Your Honor. Hope I didn't hurt your feelings, Sumiki. Sumiki just gives them a dry smile. I'm used to your antics, Yui Katsumura. Phew, thank goodness that's over. Transition. Finally. Oh, that's a new one. A half an hour passes and the meeting is finally over. With everyone dismissed, Sumiki and I decide to go home together as always. Aw. For today though, we decided just to walk home. Walking is good, it calms me down. Aw, that's nice. Usually, I have the family driver who takes us practically everywhere we want, but these days I find myself wanting to walk more and more. It's a good thing Sumiki isn't that bothered by it, unlike Shiro, who is insistent on being transported everywhere by car. That spoiled kid. Hey. To my surprise, Sumiki suddenly speaks up beside me. Honestly, she once was so silent that I had already retreated inside my own thoughts. Yeah? Why did you choose my side earlier? Aww. I gave her a confused gaze, pretending to be innocent. I know that Sumiki didn't like receiving help from anyone, or even acknowledge that she needs help. I never understand her reason for this, but I do refrain from talking to it because I know that it's the sensitive matter for her. That's why, even in these cases where I know I've helped her, I try to bring up any more in the future. Your side? Yes. She looks down, her eyes reluctantly filtering up to mine. The way she hands her hands are folded towards her body tells me that she's not completely comfortable with her own question. You had plenty of other choices. Yeah, we did. You didn't have to pick my side. Oh, come on. I didn't pick your side. She looks at me, questioning her eyes. Hey, you actually think I picked writing just because you're the writer? I picked the writing because it's the really most logical choice. Yeah, exactly. A faint hint of a pink spread across her cheeks. Aww. And I realized that she must have felt embarrassed at my reply. But I was not implying that you picked it at all because of me. I see that. She stammers, stumbling over her own words. I want to chuckle at how different she's behaving right now, but I know she's probably kill me if I do, so I don't. Nah, I'm just kidding. You're partly the reason, of course, but I bet you already know that. The pink in her cheeks now blossoms into a full red color, like rose that blooms in the spring. Sumiki gives me a death stare, looking quite angry. You should have done that. Even if it was just a part of my reason. She's still looking at me with an irritated look, but I can see that somehow she looks relieved. What can I say? I trust you at a lot with this project, and knowing that we're going to focus on your part first makes me less worried that we're not gonna make much progress. Her eyes soften a bit as she looks at me with a dazed expression on her face. You trust me? Of course. Do you still think, do you still have to ask that? I don't know. I gently stabbed the finger on her temple. You don't. You're one of the best people I ever know. I don't think I need to use my power in order to show you that. She just stares at me, not saying anything. My mind drifts back to the day that I first got her and joining my game development team. Oh, okay, we have a splashback. I slumped down on my desk, feeling exhausted. It's been a few days since I last came up with a decent idea for the next game. I'm beginning to think that I might be running out of ideas. But no, of course that's impossible. I can't possibly run out. That's injustice, and that's not me, because I'm the defender of justice. I feel the surge of motivation suddenly pump through me. Alright, let's go. I bend down to start writing, only noticed Sumiki standing at the corner of my room, dusting shelves. Hey. Our eyes meet, but she just gives me a brief smile before going back to her cleaning. I shrug to myself. It's Samiki, being Samiki after all. I continue jotting down some thoughts on the paper. Nope. Crumpling the loose leaf papers in my hand, I throw them over my shoulder in frustration. It's still not. Ugh. To my surprise, something hard suddenly hits on my head. Samiki, what was that for? That was injustice. Injustice? You call that injustice? Maybe you should look behind you to see what's some real injustice. I turn around. The floor is littered with all the crumpled paper that I have discarded earlier. Sorry. She makes a toot-toot sound, shaking her head. What are you doing anyway? Drafting ideas for a new game. Can I see some of those? She takes the paper still on the desk, quickly reads them over. Fascinating. Give me the pen. Without a word, I hand her one as she moves right next to me to lean over the desk. To my surprise, she suddenly starts scribbling some words on the paper right beside my own. I crane to my neck to peek in what she's writing, but she shields the paper with her arm. Not yet. What is she doing? Is she adding some stuff? Wait, is this a surprise to be injustice or done? Quick as a flash, she straightens up, handing the papers to me with a big smile on her face. Here you go. Hesitantly, I take the paper from her hands. The proud smile on her face doesn't wane even as I started reading what she has written. I see that some of the reasons to be proud. This is? She beams at me, waiting for my next words. Wow! My ideas from earlier have been corrections, suggestions, and further expansions, just as if she did a quick work on them. Sometimes I forgot that you're so good at this kind of thing. What kind of thing? Storytelling. I'm not good. I just happen to have a lot of time, is all. No, you're good. Reading over the paper again, I give Samiki a grateful smile. So do you have a lot of free time? A slight hint of suspicion suddenly appears on her face. For a few seconds, she says nothing, merely appraising my expression. She's always like that, always analyzing first, never giving in quickly. Even after years of living together, there are times when I still feel like she doesn't fully trust me. Not that I blame her for it. Besides, I know her well enough now that I know the truth. I do. But that still depends on your answer to my question, which is, why do you ask? I chuckle slightly before answering. I just want to ask you if you want to be my writer. Be a writer? Yeah, writer. Game writer? Yeah, a game writer. Well, Mr. Game Developer, you might want to tell me first about the kind of game you're developing before you ask me to be on board. Your ideas are so diverse, so could have all been made by different people. I scratch the back of my head, giving her a sheepish smile. It's an autumn game. An autumn game? Yeah, a dating sim, to be exact, for girls. Dating sim for girls? Yeah. She glances at the paper that are still in my hands. These ideas are all for the scenes that would take place in the game. I don't have experience regarding, these kind of scenes, so... Before I saw you doing today, were you already planning to make these autumns that you're talking about? Well, yeah, I've been wanting to make one of them for the longest time. Sumika looks at me blankly before suddenly hitting me on the head with a feather duster. No! If you do not have experience, then how were you planning to write this game? Wing it? Another direct hit. You're hopeless. Sumiki, please help me. She looks straight at me, the fire burning in her eyes, the feather duster still in her hand. You don't have to ask me twice. I can't let you ruin this game on your own. I won't be able to accept that as long as I live. So, does that mean... Yes, for goodness sake, I'm in. She puts down the cleaning equipment, grabs another chair, and sits right next to me. When do we start? Wait, I didn't mean now. The team still doesn't know that you're... When do we start? You're pressuring me. Sumiki gives me a devious smile before continuing. Yes, as a matter of fact, I am. On with the story. Transition. I smile to myself as I do my little reminiscing. You know what, I think this has been a good enough episode, long enough. Sorry if the light has been hitting you guys, so without further ado, we're gonna find out more on what we're gonna do. So without further ado, I hope you guys have a good night, good evening, good morning from where you're from. So peace out and sayonara, guys. Bye bye.